Hello everyone, welcome to the new moon in Taurus solar eclipse report. It's on the 30th of April 2022 and it's welcoming in and beginning the eclipse season. So because we're going into eclipse season, what I want to do first, which I don't normally do, is just ask each of you to take a moment to come back into your bodies. So put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over the top of your left hand. Close your eyes and just go inwards. Go into the peace, into the stillness of you. Taking a moment now to reflect on your breathing. I'm not going to change it or adjust it in any way. I'm just going to reflect on it. Be aware of it. Just for a few moments. And now, just taking a moment to gently slow it down just a little bit. And slow your breathing down a little bit. And say to yourself, as I watch this new moon report, I release all things I'm thinking about, anything that I'm doing, any situations, I release them while I watch this, and I stay present within my body during this time. I'm taking a deep breath in, and then releasing your out breath, and when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back to watching the report. And so I thought we'd do that because, well, eclipse season can be quite heavy, right? It can be quite heavy duty and it can be quite intense. So if you're feeling it, then that little practice will just bring you back into your center, bring you back into yourself, and just allow you to be present. You see, the thing with eclipse season is it does kind of shake us up, and obviously depending on our houses and our astrology and where planets fall can actually determine what we're feeling. So as ever, I do have my paper, so if I rustle, please excuse me. This paper is particularly rustly, so I will do my best not to rustle it. So here we go, let's go into the report. So eclipses can be felt well before they come in, okay? And this particular eclipse is going to be with us for, I'm going to feel the effects of it for about 6 more months, okay? So I want you to really be aware of that and to remember that, because it's going to impact upon your life through these next 6 months, right? So this eclipse with Taurus is a new beginnings, right? Change is on the horizon, yeah? You know, it's not that it hasn't been, because obviously you guys know, if you've been watching my report, we've got a lot of change, and there's been lots of change over the last 2 years. I know I haven't been doing them for the last 2 years, so I don't think my YouTube channel even started then. However, that is how it has been, right? And see, this paper is now trying to fall over because I said I do want to make loads of noise. Now, this big change is kind of on the horizon. It's coming towards you, right? And it's going to be something that you can't ignore. You won't be able to ignore it because it will bring up stuff within your body. It's going to awaken stuff within you. Obviously, it's the dark moon, so we're going from the dark into the light. But this is going to show you some things that kind of maybe need to be let go of, okay? Now, this energy is going to pack a punch. It really is going to pack a punch. For some of you, you're really, really going to feel it. Some more than others, and it's dependent on how your houses fall. You are interested in that, you can go online, and I think Cafe Astrology, I don't know many of these sites, but they do some reports, and you could get a free report, and you can find out where your houses fall. There are other sites as well, I just don't know them. Okay, so think security, because Taurus, safety, finances, your values, ownership, so it's about possessions, okay? And also think about how you're earning. How are you earning your money at the moment? Are you earning money at the moment? Think about those things and what you're going to bring through for yourself, all right? Now, this solar eclipse is at 1:29 Pacific time, okay? It's 9:29 p.m. British Standard time. Now, I don't know if I've said that right. Is it 9:29? Yes, it is. It's 9:29 British Standard Time. And it's 4:29 p.m. Eastern Time in the States. Now, it's at 10 degrees and 28 minutes Taurus. Now, I liken this to individuality, to independence, the I am presence, yeah? And there's a reason for this, because we have the energy of the 10. The 10 then reduces to a 1. It's an independent number. Crikey, if you even look at the 28 minutes, 2 plus 8 is 10. 1, individuality, individualism. So in my angel report this year, I said we're in a tipping point, okay, this year, and this eclipse highlights this point of change. You know, it's a point where we kind of about turn, we may pivot, we may change what we're doing. It's that kind of thing, okay? And as I say, it's a deep intensity. It's not just this eclipse, it's an intense year. 2022 is an intense year, right? Now, the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction is still with us, and it's heralding the question, are you awake? Or are you still under a spell, right? Think of it as if you are under a magical spell and you're not really quite seeing the truth, or you may be awake, but which of those two are you? And which of those two do you want to be, right? This brings me to the point of feminine energy, resting, reflecting, pausing, surrendering, and bliss, right? Because this moon tells us individually to slow down. Now, some of you may sense a kind of exhaustion within you. So please, please, please take it easy, because your body is asking for that pause time so that it can absorb the changes it's feeling, and then it can bring them out into the world, right? So, you know, it's about giving yourself space. It's about giving yourself the tools for that space, right? Hear your intuition's call, right? Hear it, really listen to it. Really say, okay, this is really not the time to be busy, I get it. But also listen to what it's telling you. Take pause so you can hear your intuitive voice. That is so important right now. Hear your intuitive voice, because it's going to help you to move forward through this, yeah? Now, also take time to dig deep within. Go inside, go internally, right? What are your thoughts? What are your desires? And I know I've been banging on about this in the other reports if you've been watching them, yet it's a cumulative, even word, effect, and it's going to slowly build you up. So if you're doing the work and if you're realizing what needs to go, you're going to be able to move with that accumulation of change, okay? So you're digging deep, you're asking yourself what you need, and when you're doing that, you're going to take a few days off. You're going to give yourself rest, you're going to give yourself relaxation and restoration, because you need to restore in order to move forward, right? Because if you're going to move forward, you need to be in a restorative state. You need to be okay. You need to be firing. I can't even speak. You need to be firing on all cylinders. I know. I just can't speak today. So we're in a point of new frequency, okay, of angelic energy. There you go, rustling. Of tapping into our deep oneness. And this is ourselves individually and collectively. This is a global shift. We are in a global shift. Now, Venus is the ruler of this eclipse. It is the ruler of Taurus, right? And it's in alignment with Uranus. And this also is in harmony with Mars. And this really highlights a supportive start. So if you're ready to do it, to go there, then you are going to get that supportive start. It's there for you. It's open for you, okay? Now, we are still being asked to separate ourselves from situations, things, people that make us feel that we're not good enough. Now, find a way to release this. Now, especially, and it's a big one, right? If it's giving you a false sense of security. If you think you're secure in a space that isn't really giving you security, then you're in an illusion, and then you're asleep, right? Then you're in that space, you know, where we said you're in that magic of sleep, you're in that hypnosis almost, right? Something that needs to be cleared there. So if you know it and if you can see it, remove it from your life. Because if it's not assisting you, it's not helping you, then it's only going to hinder you, right? So now the world stage is still set, as ever, to bring things up. As Pluto is in Capricorn, so we're kind of drilling down into the shadow of Capricorn. And this is kind of I really can't talk today, can I? My goodness. Oh my goodness. So this is leadership and structures from the top, yeah? So it keeps highlighting power, right? Now, as I pointed out in previous reports, there's a square with our rights and our freedoms. Independence is aspected along with power play. Yeah, do you get that? So independence is aspected, but there's a power play as to whether we're going to be allowed to have it, in a sense, even from ourselves, also collectively, globally, and on the world stage, right? So this power play needs to be adjusted. We need to really be coming from the inside outwards, understanding what we really, really want as human beings, so that we can create a consensus as a collective of a world that we'd like to run with, right? So, you know, the answer is to step into expanded consciousness, to expand your consciousness. Just be aware old structures may not be ready for it just yet. So you may feel some of that push-pull going on within your system, within your body, within your consciousness, depending on what you're doing, depending on the work you're doing, and whether you are raising into this higher energy. Now, spiritual evolution is plummeting towards us. It's just coming full force towards us, right? And we kind of need to be ready for that. The old ways are collapsing, and a new world can be birthed from this energy. Now, whether we birth it from this energy or not is another thing, but the opportunity and the gateway and the energy frequency is there to allow it to happen, right? So individually, we are being asked to step into our own loving power. And this is loving power. This isn't control, domination, or any of those things, okay? Or that stubborn Taurian energy. No, this is loving power. This is power from a deep space of loving understanding and enactment. Think of kind of divinity. Think of it that way. Think of it as celestial, right? And this is so that we can co-create. And let's put it this way. Nothing is going to happen until we do. Okay, nothing's going to happen until we start stepping into this. And we can kind of be together. We can be together in this, right? We can really be together in this. I thought I'd paused it then and I hadn't. Now, there's a deep progressive theme to this moon as it's close to the nodal axis. So this taps into our destiny. Where are we heading? Uranus is our surprise planet with the conjunction. It can give us a new outlook, right? It can give us a completely new outlook, and it can show us the truth. In essence, with Pluto, Uranus, there's surprises and secrets coming up, okay? And they're always good because they're secrets, I suppose. You know, things are going to come up. Things are going to come up collectively, globally, individually. You're going to start feeling stuff coming out. You know, we've got a square between Saturn and Uranus too. And squares are negative, okay? So watch yourself on the world stage as this creates like a battle-like energy. You know, it doesn't have to be anything that affects you as such. It's just that to be aware of it, to watch out for it if you are starting to feel a little bit strange internally. So if you're aware of it, then obviously you can mitigate whatever's going on, yeah? So the old stuff is going, so let it go. There is so much more creative potential that's expanding outwards. It's expanding in our world. It's creating itself from a real drive to create solutions. So that creativity is birthing to create solutions so that we can come from an epicenter of deep loving change, right? Now, Venus brings a wonderful element, a boost to love, right? To beauty, to harmony, to romance, to sensuality, to love, to pleasure, to relationships. This is Taurus, you know, Taurus, and it's beautiful aspect. You know, all in, you know, all in, just go all in, be all in with it, be intentional about it, you know. It's everywhere, it's everything it's everything in between, right? Yeah, it's everything. It's all of us. It's all for you. It's all for them. It's all for everything in between. It's all about relationship, okay? So allow a relationship to evolve. You will think I spoke funnily there, and I am going to tell you because I can't tell what I've written. So I kind of had to kind of go with that, kind of guessing what it meant. But I think, yeah, it's kind of going all in, being all in, and, you know, knowing that it's everything in between with relationship, and it's being in relationship, in pure relationship with yourself and with everything else. So you can get into love globally, collectively, and with one another. Good relationship, harmonious relationship. It is time to think of unity. It is time to step into it. Okay, it's time to start stepping into that. Remember, we're in eclipse season, so it's going to kind of move gradually as we go, but that is where we are. Okay, that's what's happening. Now, the themes of understanding everyone has their own viewpoint and that they are entitled to it is still playing out. And I see this kind of pushing almost into sort of October next year, right? Because we need to, as a human species, understand that control is not the way. Now, I'm going to tell you something actually about something I've been reading, because it's kind of brought that up in my mind. I'm reading a book about Mary, Queen of Scots, right? And at the time, it's sort of the 1500s, right? She was born in 1542, right? And it's really interesting the way everyone was in everyone's business then. Everyone was in everyone's business. We need to move from that kind of energy. That's 500 years ago, right? We need to evolve from that and understand that that is not who we need to be in our future direction, because collectivity cannot exist with that other kind of old thinking, right? So the moon in Taurus is about you, yeah? It's about internal reflection. This is the right time for self-care and lots of tender loving care, lots of TLC, right? What can you do right now to show yourself love? What can you do? Now, I've got a self-care blog. Well, I've got a blog on my self-love, self-care system blog, and a self-care series that might help. So I'm going to drop them in the notes for you folks, because I think that will really, really help. Taurus is asking you to reflect on what makes you feel safe and what makes you feel secure. This is very, very, very pertinent right now. It's really going to help you if you go, okay, what makes me feel secure? What doesn't? Get rid of what doesn't make you feel secure and bring in more of what makes you feel secure. And how can you incorporate the positive traits of Taurus into you? So strong will, patience, sensuality. Find time to get in touch with pleasure. You know, food, in a healthy way, okay? But they love food, that beautiful pleasure around eating and really tasting your food and eating good food. Watch out for the Taurian stubbornness, because it might rear its head and it might destabilize you. Kind of, if you allow it to, it might destabilize you. So now, here's some things you can do in this new moon solar eclipse, right? Take some time to assess where you are right now and where are you going. I know I said this in the last report. I may have even said it in the full moon report. I can't remember if it was a new moon or the full moon, but I did say it. But it's still something that needs to be happening within these eclipse seasons and within this energy of 2022, right? And bring yourself back into alignment. Keep doing it. Keep refocusing in here. And keep coming back to center. Keep saying, this is where I want to go. You start moving off center, come back. This is where I want to go. Keep doing that for yourself. It's got to come from self-thought. It's got to come from your own decisions, okay? No one else can make them for you right now. It needs to come from you, right? Slow down as well. So also take some time to slow down. So I'm going to say it, and most of you probably won't like it, but it will really, really help you, okay? Turn off the TV. Turn off your phone. All your digital devices, turn them off. Even if it's just for an hour, make it a thing. It's going to help you. Taurus energy is sensitive. It's a sensitive energy. And in order to mitigate that, we need to give our body space and time to align itself. Now, segue this into your self-care time. Switch off, kick back, and bring some Venusian, beautiful Venus energy, Taurus luxuriating into your life. And then reset. Start again. So there you go, my darlings. I hope it helps some of you. I love doing this report. I love the Taurus energy. It's such a beautiful, loving energy. And if you can step into that, into loving yourself and caring for yourself as well, and you're going to have really high rewards Also think about what you might want to change, and so because bring that intention in as well, because it's a new moon, and then start on what it is that you need to change and the things. So although it's about releasing, and we're still in some kind of releasement energy, it's about moving into what the new you is going to be like. So that intention of what you'd like to bring in. So move into that as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm always so grateful to those of you who watch my videos, and I send you all so much love, and I thank you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. I'd love to have you as part of this community. There will be more. I will keep going with this. I'm not going to stop. I won't stop, because it doesn't matter how many subscribers I got. You are all important and you're all loved. Really, you are. So I'm sending you so much love. Namaste, everyone. Take care. Have a lovely rest of the next few weeks, and I will be back with you soon with the full moon report. All my love. Take care. Mwah. Kisses. Bye. Lots of love. Bye.